Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Revived. Today's episode is sponsored by Military Blaze. I'm gonna link them somewhere in the description below. You guys can go check them out. I think they're mostly earmarked towards people that really love the USA and, more importantly, military vets, men and women that have bigger balls than me that went out and served their country. And if that's you, well, they've got plenty of videos, plenty of cool pictures that you guys can go check out. They also have a podcast called The Great Divide podcast, where you guys can go catch that on their website, thegreatdivide1776.com. And then they also have a clothing line that you guys can go check out. Last time that I gave you guys this information, their clothing line was called UGB Clothing. It's not called that anymore. It's called offsideapparel.com. So go ahead and check them out. They've got plenty of cool t-shirts, apparels, and everything that you might want or need. They've got it right there. So go ahead and check it out, guys. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this week's episode. So today we're going to talk about something called meaning or purpose. And I've probably done at least like a million videos on purpose, and so I've worn out the subject by now. But I think it's really important to talk about right now. I think it's the biggest elephant in the room right now in our society, and so I'm going to go ahead and just share my thoughts with you guys. I think we've all had those days at least once in our life, if we're all being honest with each other, where we've just woken up and thought, why did I wake up? What's my purpose? Why am I taking up extra space on this planet? And we've all had those thoughts at least once. And if you're gonna flat out tell me that you haven't, then I don't think you're being honest with yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and just be upfront with you guys. I've probably had those thoughts more recently now than in any time in my life. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm super depressed or super down on myself, but I just want to make sense of why I'm here. I just want to rationalize me being here. And I think that's very normal among most of our society to think that way. And depending on how you look at it, it can be a healthy thing. I think a lot of us, we start to become very successful, and we start making all the money that we need to. We're working the job that we've always wanted to have, and so we get complacent, we get lazy, we get too comfortable with where we're at, and so when that happens, we tend to fall off. We start to decline, and we're just not performing the way that we should, and so this can be a really good thing for people to question why they're here and revisit why they're working the job that they're working and why they're in the relationship that they're in and so on. But I know how it can easily just take you down a path that's very dark. And when it rains, it pours, right? And I've definitely been there. I know a lot of us have been there. And so that's not necessarily a very healthy place to be. And so whenever you start to go down a rabbit hole like that, then I think the first easy solution is to just try to find what your purpose is. And the easiest way to do that is to pick at least 5 to 10, at least 5 hobbies, and see which one you think you'd be really good at and want to make a career out of. And it doesn't even have to be just one. It could be 2 or 3, because who says you can only have one, right? The sky's the limit. So there's solution number 1. Pick at least 5 hobbies and find which one you really like the most and go from there. The second solution is try to focus on other people. Try to think of ways that you can help the rest of your society. Now, when I say that, I don't mean start taking on other people's problems and make them your own, because I've definitely been there myself before. I know a lot of you have, and it can be a very not only very unhealthy for you, but it can be that ends up not being a very sustainable relationship. And and trust me, guys, it gets very draining and exhausting. And you can even get to a point where you start enabling that other person, and so that's not necessarily a good way to go too. But you can think of little ways that you can help somebody out, even if it's just one person. And it could be lending somebody $20 for gas, or holding the door open for somebody. Just little things that go a long way that will make somebody else's day better and make your day better and make you feel a whole lot better about yourself. And it's reciprocal, right? It's a domino effect. The more that you make other people feel good and start to do favors and little things for other people, the more that they see that, and the more that they want to do it themselves. And so it becomes a domino effect. That way the rest of our society can get better, and we could be overall happier. And so the last thing I want to point out to you guys is whenever you start to have one of those days where you just wake up and think, man, not today. I don't feel like doing this today, or I don't feel good, or I just don't know why I'm here. I don't know if my existence makes someone else happier, or if anything that I do matters to other people. And so, and I find that it's really easy to dwell on that and fixate on that, especially with all the technology that we have. If you're just scrolling through Instagram all day, or this is what you do when you're scrolling through Instagram, you don't go this way. I think that's Tinder, but you scroll through Instagram and you see all these pictures of your friends, and they're all happy, and like nothing, life couldn't be better. They have all the money in the world. Like their family is happy. It's all fake, guys. It's not even close to what reality is. They only want to show you what they want to show you, and if you ask them, they only want to tell you what they want to tell you, because guess what? They're human beings too. They get insecure like you do. And they get really down and depressed, and have existential crises like you do. And so it's all a game. You know, it's all sort of a way to make themselves look better, and to try to get more and more people to like them. And so whenever you start to go down that road, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that yeah, you are a beautiful creation by God. God created everything beautiful. Everything is beautifully and wonderfully made by Him. All the heavens, the earth, the people, the animals, the sea life. Even though some of these animals would like to kill you and eat you, it's all created by God. But you're only one speck out of the whole universe. You're only one person out of a possible 8 billion people. Think about that, you guys. It's really impossible to get all 8 billion people to like you, or to support you, or to love and care about you. It's not possible, obviously, but you're only one out of 8 billion people. And I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I only really have a handful of people that I can really turn to and look to for support. And so maybe by society standards that makes me alone, but I'm not alone. Or I don't feel alone, at least. I don't feel lonely. I'm just alone. And that's okay with me. And that should be okay with you too. And so if you can name one person off of your hand that that shoulder to cry on, or somebody that you can lean on for love and support, then you're the richest, wealthiest person in the world. Even if you don't have all the money, even if you don't have the job that you want, even if even if your career isn't where you want it to be, you're rich and wealthy because of that. So anyway, guys, I hope this video helped. That's pretty much my message for you guys, at least for today. But if this message helped you, at least in some way, make sure that you share it with other people that you think might need it, maybe even need it more than you. And then make sure that they share with their friends, and then their friends share with their friends, so that this message could get across, and this this community outreach program can branch out and start to become what I want it to be. So anyway, guys, if you like my content, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, follow and like if you're watching this on Instagram, or if you're watching a 3-minute clip of this video on TikTok. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me via DM or comment section. Just not the comment section on Facebook. Facebook is really only a way for me to a way for me to display my content to some of my closest friends. But please do not leave any comments or ask any questions on Facebook. I just don't think it's an appropriate platform to do that on. But feel free to do so on Instagram and YouTube. Just make sure that your questions are actually legitimate questions, and not just you talking shit or saying something that's intended to bait me into having back and forth with you. I just don't have any time for that, nor do I have the patience for that, and I'm just don't have any tolerance for that. So anyway, guys, I hope that you guys have a splendid rest of your day, and with all that being said, I will see you guys next week.